Welcome back to Figure Depot. Today we're taking a very special look at a Christmas present, early Christmas present from one of my best buddies in the world, Mr. Bilal Kezelbash, Glad Scientist 86 on Instagram. He got one of these for himself and then got one for me. And thank you so much, man. I'm still in shock. I'm just like in complete disbelief. It hasn't even like hit me yet that this is right here in front of me. I'm just blown away. I guess it'll become more real as we get it open. So without further ado, let's see what's inside the package. Wow. There it is. So this is the MaFex Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. This is the suit after he meets Carrie Kelly and she rescues him, and after fighting the leader the first time and basically getting his butt handed to him. And this is the suit that he dons as he returns after kind of recuperating some. And yeah, this is a fantastic look. This is Frank Miller's artwork from the comic. And then there was, of course, the animated movie that they put out probably 3 years ago, I think. If my time frame's right, y'all can correct me in the comments, but I think it's been about 2, 3, maybe even 4 years now since that came out on DVD, Blu-ray, etc. But yeah, fan-freaking-tastic. So, window box style package. We get the figure, we get alternate heads, we get 4 batarangs, 5, 6, 7, it looks like 8 batarangs, my bad. Yeah, 8, because you get hands that will hold 4 in each hand. Then we get like some different, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 hands altogether, I think. So this thing is loaded down with accessories. Very cool. Here's a product shot on the back. You can see the batarangs displayed here, how they fit into those hands. And looks like we've got a wired cape, which is very cool. Here's a nice close-up look at their artwork for the alternate, the 2 heads. You get the just kind of a stern face, and then you get a growling face. So very cool. I don't know if this is the same barcode as what was on there. This was from Amazon, I believe, is where he purchased it, so I don't know if that's particularly useful, but if it is, there you go. Yeah, so let's get him open. He does come in a clamshell, and then we get this awesome artwork that's tucked away behind the figure and from the comic, looking very nicely. Looking very nicely. Looking very nice. All right, and here is Batman out of the package, and we have a look at all of his accessories here. Batarangs, hands, alternate head. So let's just take a closer look at those accessories real quick, and then we'll get a close look at the figure, and stay tuned for size comparisons with other figures from different lines in the Dark Knight universe. So we'll just look at one of the batarangs because they're all essentially the exact same. Tiny, tiny, tiny things here. Really cool design. They've got just a nice bright silver and nice scalloped edge on one side, and then just a simple bell curve on the other side. So very cool. Really nice paint with those. And then we'll look at the left hand and each of the alternate hands. So we have a hand here that can probably hold one of those. Let's just see. Yeah. So there's your batarang holding hand. Turn it either way. And then we have, so you get left and right of those. Then you get these hands where you can kind of space them in between each finger, so you can put multiples in there. And we'll put one here. one here, one here. So you can see, you can just get them all up in there, looking cool. Looking cool. And then we got on the other side, here's the splayed out hands, kind of relaxed, not completely splayed out. And then we get our completely splayed out hands. So very simple. These, not a lot of paint detail or wash or anything. It's just a flat black like the rest of the figure. But, you know, nice sculpt. You can see the little finger wrinkle lines where the digits bend. And they're kind of a rubbery, slightly rubbery plastic. So they do have some flex to them. So that's good. I worry about brittle hard plastic figures breaking, but these have a nice amount of flex to them, so hoping that's not going to be an issue with this guy. And then we get completely closed fists actually on the figure himself for punching people's faces and all that good stuff. So yeah, now let's look at the alternate head. We do have the growling, grimacing, angry face, and the paint on the teeth, everything, the sculpt, it all looks really good. It came together very well in this particular incarnation of the figure. Eye paint is really nice and clean. It's amazing how much emotion is conveyed in simple white painted eyes. Like, it's really, really phenomenal. We get some cool wrinkles and stuff on the brow there of the cowl. We got our nice short Dark Knight Returns bat ears. This just connects in a socket here with a ball peg. So easy to pop on and off. And then the actual figure himself. Yeah, look at that. Very nice. Very, very nice. Loving that detail. The figure also comes with your classic traditional MaFex articulated stand. Looking at this cape, it is wired along just the ends and not across the bottom, because of course it's scalloped. So you get this nice wide spread here of the cape. Looking very cool. So you can get him kind of jumping, flying in to kick some butt. That looks pretty cool. Really liking the wingspan on this thing. Very, very impressive. It's comes wrinkled with the pleats, I guess, in the package, which, you know, some people probably don't like, but I think it fits the character. It's going to be old and tattered and folded and mangled and stuff from the years of abuse it's endured. We get a collar here on the back, a little plastic collar piece that emulates the cape folds, and then you can fold it in half, not in half, but fold it around and kind of tuck the cape down in the back to kind of bring it down. The upper torso attaches with a ball peg, so you can just pop that on and off. And then we've got a ball peg down into the lower diaphragm there. So you can see here on the inside, this is where it flexes back, forward, side to side. If you've ever wondered about the, kind of internal workings of these things. And then you got this piece, rotates around as well. And the belt conceals the gap there that exists between the joints. So, yeah. That bottom socket's a little sticky. And the top one is just a little bit loose. Like, it'll stay on there, but as you manipulate it around a fair amount, it can pop out on you. So, just something to note. The legs, I think they have drop-down joints, yeah. So you can kick 90 degrees with no problems at all. And we'll go back a fair amount. And then double jointed knees to get you to there. You do get ball hinges on the feet, so your feet can rotate around all over the place. Really nice, pretty much any way you want to. And then you can turn that ball peg to get your pivot. So pretty much endless possibilities of how you can articulate the ankles. And we do get a toe hinge as well. Then, so like I said, as far as the splitting, it'll split out really far. And he also, we have the ball peg here and here, so double ball peg. So you can get all that together, a nice forward lean, and then working all that together, going backwards. Well, that's too far back. Pop him back on there. You do get a gap here if you go back. So just something to note, you are going to see a gap there, but you can go back a decent amount. And then the arms do go out to the side. They do have a really nice butterfly joint, and we do get a bicep swivel. We also get double jointed elbows that'll bend you to there, and then we get wrists on ball pegs as well, so you can flex them around any direction you desire. And yeah, sorry, trying to get this thing lined back up, make sure I've got it on right. There we go. Alright, so that's the articulation. The neck is on a double ball peg, so the neck piece, you got a ball peg going from the neck down into the chest, and then from the upper neck into the head. So you can get all kinds of tilt out of that. Look up to there, and then look down to there. So real nice articulation with the neck as well. Alright, for our first size comparison, here we have the MaFex Dark Knight Returns Batman next to Public Enemy's Superman and Wonder Woman figures from DC Direct, and you can see they scale perfectly together. They kind of have a similar animation style to them. You have this real, boxy, bulky appearance, rather than kind of your traditional classic, DC Universe Classics figures, which had a more slender, more real world, real human type body structure, where these are a lot more bodybuilder-esque, for lack of a better term. Here he is next to Mattel's take on the Dark Knight Returns figures. We have the Mutant Leader, and then we have the Batman in his first costume that he wears in the animated cartoon version, or adaptation, I should say. And you can see their belts are very similar, the pouch work, and just the overall design, of course, with the exception of the bat signal. He has the classic Batman logo here, and the blue suit, and then in the black suit he has that more boxy, chunky bat signal. that we're all familiar with, which I think greatly this look inspired the Justice League, Batman vs. Superman, etc. Batman film look in large part. And of course, we can't have him without Carrie Kelly, Robin there. And this is again the Mattel version, and I do believe we're going to get another release from MaFex as a 2-pack, probably with Batman in the blue costume with Robin, Carrie Kelly Robin as a set. So looking forward to that for sure. And here he is next to a DC Direct Jim Gordon and a DC Direct Alfred, and you can see he scales perfectly with those figures as well. So really versatile, this figure, across many lines. Here he is next to 2 suited Marvel Legends figures by Hasbro, and you can see he's a bit bigger than they are. Martin Freeman's character in the Avengers was smaller and shorter stature, so it's definitely fine. It translates okay. And this Batman is definitely a roided out, beefed up version of Batman, so I don't think it's too far off to work in that scale. Here he is with 2 Mattel Masters of the Universe Classics figures. We have Stratos and we have He-Man. And you can see, again, a very muscular line, and these use the same bucks as the Mattel Dark Knight figures do. So, same exact muscularity and stature and everything. The WWE suited figures actually fit a little better in scale than your, Hasbro suited figures. So if you've got some of those and you're looking for suited figures, that might be a little bit better look for you if you're concerned about scale considerations. And for comparison with some larger Marvel Legends, we have a Headless Crossbones, and we have our Warpath figure. The Warpath figure, a little bit larger of a figure. This is the Omega Red Buck. And then we have the Hyperion mold that's been used for like 8,000 different figures over here on Crossbones, and you can see they're much beefier. And just in case you're curious, here's how he scales with G.I. Joe classified figures. This is a taller figure. The Gung-Ho and the Destro are definitely taller, and Roadblock, and a little bit taller than your basic figure is in G.I. Joe's line. And here he is next to the Hugh Jackman Wolverine movie figure. This is the jacketed version, not the Amazon exclusive wife beater version. So you can see they're relatively the same height, but not the same size, of course. And here he is next to Claire Temple from the 2-pack with Luke Cage from the Netflix series of Luke Cage and Daredevil and all that good stuff, Defenders. So, average size Hasbro female figure.
And here he is next to Skeletor from the Masters of the Universe Origins line.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for me. I hope you enjoyed this review. Fantastic figure. Don't feel like there's any joints on this one that are going to break. So I think I forgot to mention the thigh swivels. He does have thigh swivels here that will rotate around 360. But yeah, so I definitely recommend it. It's a fantastic figure. Loving it so far. Can't wait to play around with it some more. I'm going to figure out if I just have a defective upper torso socket, because that keeps popping off. It stays put, but then when I start trying to move it around, it kind of jumps off fairly easy. So I'll look at that a little bit more. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you again, Bilal. Love this figure. So cool. Can't thank you enough. And I'll see you guys next time. Be sure and check out my Instagram, Figure Depot, for video reviews and custom work and other stuff like that. And then I have a special Instagram, Where Figures Dwell, just for my ACBA, action figure photography. So be sure and check that out as well. And I hope to see you again soon.